This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Burke, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always,
I'm Kristen. Hello.
And got another big one for you. We got a classic review, and we got some new stuff. Nightwing 70 and the extra special Robin 80th anniversary issue.
Heck yeah.
Super spectacular, it says.
Nightwing.
Cats. All right. So we just discussed it, and I believe we decided to do the modern stuff first. So, what do you want to talk first? Nightwing 70 or the Robin special?
Let's talk Nightwing 70 because it's much faster.
Yes. Yes, Journey to Joker War.
Because, I mean, it's good. It was fine. It's just there's still not a lot happening.
Yeah, because Dick gets back from last issue, gets back to town.
Mm-hmm. And then he's got this kind of, I always put it the wrong way. He's got this Nightwing-esque outfit.
Red, white, and blue.
At least he's got a mask, although it doesn't cover his eyes and it's really tiny, so I don't think it's that effective, but it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the art in this issue.
Oh yeah. Ryan Benjamin, yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of recap of, where Dick's at the moment, and most of the other Nightwings were talking about, quitting or, hey, what should we do? But except for Sap.
Yep.
Who gets attacked by the Joker.
Good old Sap. Yeah, I mean, you're right. There really is a lot of recap in case you're just jumping in, or because this is supposed to be a Joker War crossover, right?
Well, I guess it's like a prelude or something, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe they're doing that in case people who aren't reading Nightwing are reading it.
Maybe.
Because it ties in, so yeah.
Well, Dick stops.
So, yeah, it was a good.
Dick stops the mugging.
Yep. It was a good recap. Like I said, really good art.
But yeah, he's still getting the headaches because of the multiple memories. The two sets of memories.
Yeah.
But no, I was joking last night on Capes and Lunatics. Dick's wearing that red, white, and blue suit. I'm like, who is that? I'm like, Captain America. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that is Bloodhaven's ass.
That's right. But I mean, in the DC world, we know that Dick is most definitely America's ass. I mean, he's like the whole world's ass, actually. That is Earth's ass.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe at the end. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. I feel like it was a fine issue. I don't have a lot to say about it because it's obviously setting a lot of stuff up. And then, it gives you a lot of background so that basically if you've been disgusted with Nightwing and haven't been reading it for a while, and now you're trying to jump back in because you think he can't be Rick that much longer, they're like, yeah, okay, we know you're probably doing that. So here's a recap of everything that happened.
And then at the end, when him and B leave the room and he leaves that memory crystal or whatever in the room, then the Joker sneaks in and gets it. I'm just like, if that could fix you after how long, wouldn't you keep that hanging around your neck 24/7?
Right, yeah, that was kind of the big thing, is that, okay, he has this headache, and Well, and then, geez, so rude, Joker. He kills that guy with an exploding cigar. I mean, that's a very Joker thing to do, but
yes,
it's like pretty crazy.
It's the Joker.
And yeah, I was trying to remember if there's. Okay, yeah, he's got it in his hand.
Who, Dick?
Okay, yeah, and then he hangs it on
the back of a chair.
the chair. Yeah. But I guess, yeah, I mean, it makes sense why you would stick it there because, B lives above the bar, right?
I think so. Well,
So it's not like they're going that far.
Yeah, because she was mopping up the bar and then went upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she lays the groundwork like, hey, maybe Barbara can help you.
So I'm assuming.
And yeah, then the Joker. So yeah, I mean, you don't really have any reason to suspect that. I mean, yes, of course, because I feel like because we're omniscient and we know that Dick lives in a comic book, we're like, you should never let that memory crystal leave your person ever. But of course, in the real world, I would probably imagine that I could take a necklace off and leave it in my room and walk downstairs and not have it immediately stolen by a crazy clown.
Yeah, and again, too, it is Bloodhaven, which is like, the definition of a bad neighborhood. And, as illustrated, someone could just crawl in that window and take them.
I know. Plus, like, how does the Joker know to crawl in that window?
Well, like I said, it seems like they've been saying, the Joker wasn't an issue of Batman. Joker had like a whole board. He knows at least all the Robins and Barbara's identities. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he knows Dick Grayson. So.
Oh, okay. So, all right. I wasn't reading Batman. So he obviously knows who Bruce is too, or is that somehow he's able to figure out who all the Robins are and not connect them with Bruce?
Well, that's what I said. They showed his little board and all the Robins and Barbara on it, but Bruce wasn't. So that's what I said. I'm like, is it going to be something where he doesn't realize Bruce is Batman, but who everyone else is?
Yeah, that would be so ridiculous.
I know, but they haven't explained it yet, so I don't.
Yeah, well, maybe he just figures I'm not going to put him on this board because I know in my head.
I don't want to know.
Or it's like, I just can't put it on the board. But yeah, I mean, gee, what do these four, I mean, I'm not sure if Steph counts this version, but like, what do these four young men have in common besides being Robin? Oh, Bruce Wayne.
Although, what was it? In one of the episodes of Harley Quinn, the animated series, he has Batman captured. Scarecrow pulls off the mask, and they're like, "Oh, Bruce Wayne!" And Joker's like, "Why would you do?" Comedy, but it's like, he's like, "Why would you do this?" He's like, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "I don't want to know. This is not how this works."
Yeah, no, I think that is part of. Yeah, definitely with some of the villains, like Hugo Strange or whatever. Yeah, they know, but. I mean, they are.
Well, I think Joker's even said before. He's like, I don't need to know what face is under that mask. He's like, that's not the real you. Batman,
right? And I think most of the big name villains, if they know, it's okay because they don't want to. That's the thing that kind of sets the supervillains apart from just regular villains. Is they want. Even if they know, they don't want to just, go up to his house and kill him, kind of thing. They want to kind of beat him at his own game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a special way. Anyway, yeah, I mean, stuff's coming. Crazy stuff is in the pipeline. Joker stole Dick's brain, basically.
Like I said, I think 75. We're gonna get the reintroduction.
Hopefully, that's still 5 issues from now.
They can start doing 2 a month again. Come on, get us there quicker.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, then it would go faster. Heck yeah! Now that so many of us are home, we could really use those comics 2 times a month.
Exactly.
To help pass the time.
But they did give us some comics this week. The Robin 80th anniversary issue. What cover?
That's right.
Like that cover.
Oh yeah, what cover did you get?
The
40s version?
Yeah, the homage to his first appearance, yeah.
Nice, cute. Yeah, I didn't request one, so I think I got the.
Well, I had it on my.
I think this is the standard one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, he had a couple on his shelf, so I was like, yeah, can I pick? And he was like, yeah. So.
Oh. Yeah.
I have to admit, I almost picked up one that wasn't a Dick Grayson cover. I like the 1990s version with Tim on it too. I thought that had some nice art on it.
Yeah, I forget. I remember seeing all of them, and they looked pretty good.
I'm trying to remember. Is there a spot in here where it shows you all the covers?
Oh, there might be.
Unless, there might have been an ad in Nightwing 70, maybe, which would make sense.
Yeah, that could have been. Well, shall we move on to this one?
Yes.
All right. I thought to overall talk about it, it was really great. I loved all of the stories. The only thing was the last one made me so sad because it's about how, I don't know, I just think it's so sad.
Yeah.
About how Damian and Bruce aren't getting along and how Damian's he's wiping people's minds.
Yeah, I'm not reading Teen Titans, but yeah, I know he's had plans for to deal with criminals and stuff. So yeah, I guess he's wiping minds.
Yeah, so that kind of made me sad because that's kind of some serious stuff that I think you kind of shouldn't be doing.
I know.
Wiping people.
I mean, he was raised by Talia and Ra's al Ghul until he was like 10. He didn't meet Bruce.
Right, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That one I know we're primarily here to talk about Dick Grayson, so that's fine. But I really loved all of it. And I mean, that one was good. It just made me really sad.
But no, I like you said, Dick Grayson got most of the stories because, I mean, let's face it, it's Dick's 80th anniversary.
Right, and he has been Robin the longest.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about it. I think if you add up everyone else's time as Robin, it still doesn't equal as long as Dick was Robin.
No, not yet, but it will soon.
Yeah.
Because he was Robin for 44 years. So we're at 80. So in 4 more years, that'll be.
But still, that's going to be everyone else combined. Yes.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Yes, that'll be everyone else combined. But yes, soon. I'm just saying we're going to reach the point where he is only half of it. But I mean, of course, that's in terms of actual years. I mean, in terms of issues, we have past it. Like Robin Year One, that didn't come out. Yeah. And, he's Robin in that, but it didn't come out, when he was originally Robin. I mean, but of course, Tim has a bunch of because he had that series. But
so, yeah. So what did you think?
So I think we should save the first one by Marv Wolfman, The Nudge, because that is a perfect transition one into 416. So let's talk about the other ones.
Well, I really like the second one because it's him as Nightwing and during the start of No Man's Land and stuff, and because it fits in pretty good. Because I remember reading them at this time, and yeah, I remember he hears about the earthquake and goes and shoots up to Gotham, and yeah, he was rescuing people before he even met up with anyone else.
Yeah, and that was cute. It's a boy. She wants to name him after you. Yeah. Robin works.
But I like how with a lot of these stories, like this one was written by Chuck Dixon and drawn by Scott McDaniel, who were the team on Nightwing at that time.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think my favorite was probably the Titans one. Yes. That was because I think what I liked about that one better than the Chuck Dixon one was the Chuck Dixon one kind of felt like it didn't really have a plot.
Yeah.
Like it was just some pages. I mean, it had a conclusion kind of thing, but there was definitely a clear story. Yeah. To this one that was a beginning, middle, and end kind of thing. And it's always good for Dick to point out how to be a good leader.
Yes, and written by
Devin, people who are bad leaders.
Written by Devin, who was writing Titans at that time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, that was one thing that was cool, was definitely with the nudge felt a little different since, Wolfman already wrote the transition, but the other ones definitely felt like, oh yeah, we could have had this in the, when these series were going on. Yeah, they look and feel the same, so they could have been, during that series. And yeah, that was cool. That it was.
And we even got a Grayson story.
Heck yeah.
That team who was on that book, yes.
I love the end of that one though. Have you ever spoiler alert, have you ever considered a pizza night? Cute. Yeah, no, I thought the Grayson one I thought was good, except I was a little confused at the end. I had to read it a couple times because I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, that was a lot of the Grayson issues. They were kind of out there, but I mean, they were good. But yeah, they always had like these big out there plots.
Right, because now they're fighting on the side of the gorillas to save the world from that guy who wants to sort. So yeah, they're fighting on the right side. But
and for those of you who like,
yeah, it was just like, wait, this woman just became a gorilla? What?
I think, was she a gorilla in disguise?
I was definitely not expecting that.
I think she was a gorilla in disguise, but
well, yes, yeah, that's what I meant. But that she transformed back into a gorilla, I was not expecting that.
But and Dick Grayson in a loincloth, for those of you who like that.
I know, that kind of cracked me up. So yes, again, these four all felt very much, they all were very much in keeping with the series they were a part of.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh,
it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I have to say, even though, like I said, we're more about Grayson, the Jason one was really good.
Yeah. It's him as Red Hood, but he's thinking back to when he was Robin and giving Bruce
how the parallel story, and the art's really great. In a way, is really great. Judd Winnick writes, in my opinion, a really good Jason. I don't like it when he writes Dick as much, but he writes an excellent Jason.
Yes, because I think he was the one who brought Jason back. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he wrote Dick when Dick was in The Outsiders. Yeah. That's just kind of, The Outsiders is just kind of a little too dark for me.
Yeah, well, that was after Dawn had died, and Dick's like, I don't want family anymore.
Right, yeah. But even on the DC Universe wiki, or yeah, I guess, yeah, they refer to that period as the dark years. Yeah. So yeah, but Winnick writes a really good Jason. His stuff really fits Jason well. The one about Tim at school was pretty funny.
Extracurriculars.
Yeah, I didn't like the art in this one as much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like has like a painted look to it almost.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good story and it's good. I'm just not loving it as much. And then the one by Tynan.
Yes.
Is that how you said, Boy Wonders? That was good because everybody popped into this.
Well, yeah, because Dick and Jason and everyone's in it. But yeah, it like sets up like his run, like when the detective, like the first Detective Comics run in during Rebirth.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is kind of like not where he is anymore. Yeah,
no,
because now he's off.
This is like
yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, I thought, oh, this really fits in nicely to.
It's like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but it really fit in nicely with that. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit funny because, of course, it's like, why is it that they always have Dick and Tim fighting over the smarts? It's like they want to goad us with that. Yes, of course, Tim is smarter than Dick, but you never see Jason saying like, "Tim, you're smarter than me." I guess it's so obvious that Tim's smarter than Jason.
Yeah.
which maybe is rude. And like, I don't really have a problem with that, just so long as they don't, ever try to make it like, oh, Dick's pretty and has no brains, kind of thing. But
And then what did you?
That was funny. But they do it. But it's fine because Tim's is like, Dick's always going to be the role model, and yeah, it's good. It acknowledges, yes, Tim has the smarts, definitely, but Dick has that sort of extra good leader role model category. Not that the other Robins don't, but better. But yeah, it is kind of funny how Damien and how he calls him the gremlin. That's funny. How Damien is kind of the one.
And then what did you think of this Stephanie Brown story?
I thought it was okay. I like Stephanie. I just thought, shouldn't Bruce have figured out sooner that if you have a girl as Robin, you need to make the outfit different?
I don't know. Maybe it's them pointing out, Bruce never raised a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Overall, I thought it was good. What she was doing, but yeah, I was like a little bit annoyed at the beginning that what, you didn't think that, I don't know, maybe you. I mean, it wasn't an annoyance in the story. It was an annoyance with Bruce. Like, oh my God, Bruce.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Teenage girls built much different than teenage boys, yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And it was, yeah. That was kind of funny. And I don't read Super Sons, but I thought the Super Sons one was cute. Although, do they go to the same school?
Well, they were for a while, yeah. But again, this is a little bit from a few years ago, because yeah, they've aged up John Kent now. He's like older than Damien now, so.
Oh, I was gonna say, because I was like, when would they go to the same school? They don't even live in the same city.
But yeah.
And then we get to the one that made me sad. I mean, it was an excellent issue. I liked all of them. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the one at the end just made me sad.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is like the current day story. Yeah, Damien has all these dark plans for villains. Alfred's dead. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think it was probably supposed to make me sad. So mission accomplished. But it made me sad.
And I guess, I don't know if maybe they ran out of room, but I was surprised that they didn't have a Carrie Kelly story. They just had like one pinup.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
I wasn't sad though, because presumably if they'd had a Carrie Kelly story, they would have tried to get Frank Miller to write it. And
yeah, these days
I can do without that.
Yeah, Frank Miller these days is just maybe, and I'm just like, she's like the only like kind of out of continuity Robin, so it's like when would you do it? And got to get Frank Miller. I wonder if this is an old drawing though, because it says Frank Miller and Alex Sinclair drew this, so maybe it is just an old pinup or something. But yeah, overall, yeah, this one has a little heftier price tag of $10, but it's worth it. That's what me and Lilith were saying last night. Yeah,
oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, they got really great. Yeah, they got the best. Yeah, I really enjoyed all the stories. Some of the art I liked more than other art. It's not that any of the art's bad. It's just, everybody likes different things and what appeals to you.
There's some couple different styles in there, yeah.
What does it? Yeah. So, but it was really good.
So before we get to Batman 416, what did you think of the first story? The one where basically Dick transitioned from Robin to Nightwing.
So I thought that it was a pretty good way of trying to meld like all that it really works like perfect that it came out right at this moment. I felt for our podcast. Thanks, Marv. That I thought it was a good way to meld all these different strands of Dick's transition to Nightwing, all these different stories, and to kind of hey, what if I tried to make them all the same story? Here's a version. Because what we've got is
it was kind of like a middle ground between, you know, that pre-crisis story and then, you know, what we got in Nightwing year 1. Get out.
Right. And it's even a little bit nice, and what I liked about it was it's a bit nicer than in 408 where Bruce just fires him cuz I mean Bruce isn't actually firing him, but Bruce is like Bruce is being a little bit of a jerk, not a huge jerk like he was in some of the other ones, but a bit of a jerk. And it does, so it's not as angsty because Dick is technically saying, okay, you know what, I can't be your partner anymore.
Yeah, he just gives him a subtle push.
Right, yes, exactly. So he's a little bit, you know, you could argue, and he's doing the push for a good reason. I mean, he's still, you know, you could say you should, you know, wait till he comes to it. But Bruce isn't firing him because, oh, I can't handle being responsible for you anymore, or, oh, you aren't always at my beck and call. Bruce is saying, you need to go out on your own. I'm going to give you, like, it's called the nudge, so that you go and do your own thing. So, yeah. Like I said, it's a good model. It has a little bit more angst. It doesn't even have angst. It has a little bit more drama, if you will, than the original transition to Nightwing. But you see that Bruce is kind of coming off as a jerk, but you see he's coming off as a jerk because he wants to nudge Dick out to be his own person, and it fits very much in Bruce's character. That, of course, Bruce is doing it for the right reasons, but he can't put it into words. So instead of doing what a person who's good with their emotions and good at talking about their emotions would do by saying, you're growing up, you have become such a great hero, maybe you're being held back by being my sidekick, what do you think? He's like, I'm going to be a jerk so that he wants to stop being my sidekick. And you're like, such a Bruce move.
Move. Much more subtle here, yes.
Right, but at least he's doing it for the right reason, for a good reason, instead of, you're fired!
Exactly.
So, yeah. So it was good. Yeah. Happy birthday, the best man I've ever known. Yeah. So it was pretty cute. It was pretty precious.
So do you want to get to Batman 416?
So yeah.
From February 1988.
All right. So yes, this is. So yeah, Jason's been Robin a while. He's actually, we don't know it, of course, at the time, but coming near the end. But this is kind of like a in the past story,
because first page it says 1 year ago.
Right. Correct, Mundo.
Just some fun trivia. Written by Jim Starlin, who did a lot of cosmic work, especially over at Marvel. He created a little character most of you probably have never heard of, called Thanos.
Oh, he created Thanos? Ah. Wow. Nice. Also, so I have do you have a physical copy? Or
I do have a physical copy, but although.
Yeah, so aren't you enjoying right on there? Annual subscription rate to Batman, $9.
Oh, I know. That's nice. Oh, I have a third printing. So they reprinted this like at least twice.
Oh wow, yeah. Wait, so yours down at the, there's like right above Terry Cunningham, it says.
Oh, I got I have a third printing. So they printed this like a, at least twice.
Oh wow, yeah. Wait, so yours down at the little, there's like right above Terry Cunningham, it says. Is that where yours says
It's like
third
down
printing?
in like the bottom left corner, it's like third printing. But that because then it says copyright 1989. So yeah, so they must have did 2 reprintings at least, like within a year.
Well, I don't know because mine right there, I don't have it where yours does, but mine there says 6th printing.
Wow.
So this one was happening.
That's right. Because, you know, that's basically the first time Dick comes back in after Crisis.
Yeah, but mine says copyright 1987.
That's odd. Oh, well,
So
there's
I
a
don't know.
1987 up here, but then down by the third printing it says 89. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Mine doesn't say that. It just says 6th. It just has the little W and then it says 6th printing right above the name Terry Cunningham.
Well, and anyway, it
Whatever.
says 1 year ago, and it's Jason checking out his supposed drug lab.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it is a drug lab, but they don't have any drugs
Yes, they
there,
haven't.
so makes it
And
hard
they
to
get the-
bust. Nightwing
yeah,
comes in.
as the guys get the drop on Jason. Yeah, Nightwing comes flying.
And then also he's oh, see, check out my ad. My Nightwing dropping in is accompanied by an amazing Capri Sun
every week there's a
advertisement.
different ad. Yeah, I got a John Elway's quarterback video game for is that for Nintendo?
Well, mine is Capri Sun, and it's a comic version, and they gorilla wants their juice.
So yeah, so Nightwing drops in, threatens the guys, and they're like, "Don't get tough with us. We're not the one trespassing."
He's like, "All right, let's go." And I love how he throws him a roll of money.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, why would you do? Again, I know you can't.
Well, because they did break their window.
But you know these guys aren't going to the cops, and you're basically just.
Right. I think he's trying to lull them into a false sense of
but you're handing
security.
drug dealers like a big roll of money.
I know, but isn't that what Batman does? I mean, he repairs the damage they do.
I guess. I was just trying to save you from making a big mistake, Shorty.
Yeah. And then you realize that he was like, "Tell Bruce we have to talk. I'll stop by the cave tomorrow." And Jason's like, "What?"
Bruce cave? Yeah, because remember, like I said, in this version, Bruce hasn't told Jason who Dick's identity, but then in Nightwing Year 1, he told, it's obvious he told him.
Well, right, because remember, Alfred calls him Richard when he first sees him tied up.
Well, yeah, but then at this, because here Jason's like, "How do you know Batman's name is Bruce? Who is this guy, Nightwing?"
Yep, and then Bruce explains it. What he wants to talk about is personal.
Jason, he doesn't maybe want his old job back, does he?
No, he definitely does not. And then Dick's Nightwing mobile, which is just some beater car.
Some red.
And Bruce being smoke glass sedan pulls into the Batcave as if it belongs there. I find that annoying. Oh,
you know what gets me? Dick just pulls into the Batcave entrance. I'm just thinking, wouldn't Bruce have changed the codes? Paranoid that he is.
Apparently, he's not as. Maybe Alfred let him in.
He called Alfred. Alfred says, "Yeah, sure."
And then, but that's funny. Alfred, don't be too hard on him, Master Dick. He's only human. But he's kind of a jerk.
Hi, Bruce. Hello, Nightwing.
I know. And then what do you want? And then he's still being a jerk.
Dick takes off the mask. "I want to talk. I haven't heard from you in 18 months. Why the sudden urge to resume communication?"
So, yeah. And he's like, "You and I left a lot of things unsaid." Yeah. And I owe you an explanation. And then Bruce, of course, getting all rawr. He's like, "What makes you think I owe you anything?" Like, dang, simmer down, Bruce. You can see Bruce still angry. And then Dick is just like sad. And then we get the quick recap. Although this time it says I was at your side for 6 long years, which I think is shortening how long they were together. Because originally it was more like 10. But I feel like these years they were together are always kind of nebulous. Everybody just kind of.
Right here, I think they were going for like 12 to 18 or 13 to 19. Yeah, but it's just weird because the timing was all off in the comics at this point because like Batman Year 1, they had Batman had no Robin, and then like Jason. Then in Detective Comics they had Batman Year 2. There was still no Robin, so they're like, man, how could they really condensed that 6 years of ticking, to get Jason in there.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, but Dick was Robin 6 years from Batman's Year 3. But whatever.
Like, we're the dynamic duo. We took down every crook that crossed our path. But then we get the scene from Batman 408 till the day I got careless. Took him pulling it. Right?
Yeah. Even though, and then like you couldn't assume the responsibility. But then this kind of makes more sense. You kicked a great big hole in life. You couldn't even say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's involved with the case. I'll tell you anyhow. Yeah, and so then this, because in other, originally he was already in college. So in this regard, they're kind of changing stuff up. And so, one thing I was a little confused on was, now, and this, I spent a lot of time with the Teen Titans. Like, wasn't he sort of already with the Teen Titans? I don't know.
Time.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just, supposed to be kind of a quick, because then with this, he doesn't, with this one thing that's interesting, and of course it's quite different from what happens in Nightwing Year 1, which is why that's where Bruce is the biggest jerk, is it's still Dick who decides to give up being Robin and get the new name because in this version, he's saying, I kept my Robin suit and I decided to have a new outfit and a new name. And, So even then, even though Bruce is kind of kicking him out, it's still.
Which is kind of funny because Bruce has been keeping an eye on Dick because he knew Dick wasn't Robin anymore, so he give the identity to Jason here.
Yeah.
Without telling.
Yeah, and of course, and he says, well, and then you see, then when you get to the next page, I saw when we teamed up with the Outsiders, and he's got this kind of smile, like smirky smile on his face. So it's like Bruce is proud. Just you can't admit it.
But Bruce being Bruce didn't tell Dick anything about Jason because Dick's like, imagine my surprise when I find out in the newspaper about the new Robin.
Yeah, which is pretty rude. And finally he does point out what we kept talking about when we were reading 408. The man who couldn't handle the responsibility of having a 19-year-old partner suddenly decides it's all right to take on a sidekick. Because you're like, what the heck, Bruce? That doesn't even make sense. What's your dealio?
I think I have a right to know why. That's not an easy question to answer. Well, why don't you take off the damn mask and give it a try?
Yep. And then he, really gets at some good emotional stuff. Bruce, it was time for you to step out on your own, which is why, of course, I was like, this really fits in with the nudge, except they're making it nicer than the nudge, so to speak. The best thing to do is drive me out. You get rid of people from getting too close to you. And then I love this line. Because I think it really captures why this was such a big deal for Dick. And he says, it didn't matter to you that I didn't have any life other than the one we shared. I was like, yeah, Bruce.
Think about it. I mean, Bruce demanded that the Dick was on call 24/7, and then it's like, when he had no use for him, he just basically pushed him out of his life. It's like the two extremes. Bruce has no middle ground.
Right, and that's why it was, he was saying that's why I had to had to leave, because that's what makes these things so hard, is because the Batman, Robin, Bruce, Dick, it's the hero thing, but also the sort of father-son thing, is what the heck, Bruce, when he just goes about it in this kind of cavalier fashion. Yeah, then it's not like you're just saying, hey, stop being my sidekick, go be something else. It also feels to these kids that you're kind of saying, get out of my life in all the ways, and that's really hard.
Mm-hmm. But then he's like, why the new kid? So we get Jason's origin.
Yeah, very quickly.
At least this is the post-crisis origin where where Jason was the street kid and stealing the tires off the Batmobile. Can you imagine if it was like, he was a circus acrobat, his family was
right? Yeah, that would have been like really terrible. Yep. And then he's it's like, bull, do it. Okay, Batman needs a Robin. I couldn't do it alone. I said I wanted the truth, Bruce. And Bruce is getting mad. How dare you talk to me like that? The truth. And then what did he break?
I think it's breaking? Like a display case or something, yeah.
Okay. I admit it. I was lonely. I missed you. But then with Dick's kind of surprised expression, it feels like he wasn't totally expecting Bruce to say that.
Yeah. And he's like, I'd appreciate if you'd left.
I know, yeah, because of course, now that I've admitted, again, like Dick said earlier, you push people. That's exactly what you do to anyone who gets too close to you, Bruce. Always hurt them before they get the chance to hurt you. And then once he admits, yeah, I was lonely and I missed you, and Dick's reaching for him, and he's like, I'd appreciate it if you left now. Please get out. So I was like, kind of pushing him away again, but at least we know.
So did this conversation happen quickly, or did it take all day? Because we see Jason outside.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I thought, wait, now Jason's coming home from school? How the heck long did they talk?
He's either just leaving for school or he's coming home, yeah. Unless Jason skipped or something.
Yeah, so then now, this time, do you think this is Batman whose narration we're getting?
Oh, on page 19. Maybe.
Because that's one thing they're not doing as good a job in these older comics of distinguishing whose brain they're in, so to speak. Because I think at the beginning it's Dick who's doing the narration.
Maybe. Or maybe you're supposed to think it's Dick.
Yeah. All right. I've been waiting, but he says, I've been waiting for you. Find the lab, bust it together. And then, hey, this one kind of makes sense. He gives him his last Robin outfit. You'll grow into it in a few years. So, solves that problem.
But I love
and then, of course,
card. I love this part. Yeah, there's going to be times. There's going to be times when you want to talk to someone. He's like, I've been where you're at. I'm a good listener. Even Jason, thanks. Bruce is not much of a talker. He's like, Dick, I know that's his biggest problem. Don't let it be yours.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, this one I always think is good. Dick and Jason didn't really interact all that much.
So it makes you kind of question. It's like, if Dick had the kind of relationship with Jason that he has with like Tim and even Damian, would Jason have not died?
I don't know, because Jason wanted to.
I mean, he was looking for his mother, but he was kind of a hothead. And the storyline where, like, the one before he died, like him and Batman were facing this guy who was like basically harassing this woman, but he had diplomatic immunity, so the cops couldn't do anything. I think he was also a drug dealer, but like, Yeah, Jason catches up to him before Bruce. Like Bruce shows up and this guy's like falling off his like, I don't know, like 10th floor balcony or something. He's like, Jason, what happened? And Jason's like, oh, he slipped. So they never came out and admitted, but I think Jason killed somebody before he even became Red Hood. So
yeah. But so don't let it be yours. They bust the bad guys.
Seconds.
So I know, that's so cute.
So yeah. Guns.
You know, you could use some practice on that sidekick. Duly noted, old timer.
Guns, whatever. They take him down in 2 minutes. No problem.
That's right. Too far away to see my smile. Thanks, Dick. So yeah, Bruce is like, thanks for being okay with Jason, even though I gave him your suit and you didn't know about it, kind of thing. So yeah, I guess I always think of it, and I like to think about 416 as, yeah, Dick and Jason didn't have nearly as close of a relationship as Dick has with the other Robins, but it's not like Dick hated him or never met him. They just weren't as close.
I mean, I think the big reason was because, Dick wasn't in the Batman books that much, so there really wasn't a lot of opportunity for cross, like the two of them to hang out. I mean, by the time, he starts hanging out with Tim full time, yeah, he's like a regular member of the Bat books again. Right, yeah. I mean, it definitely has a lot of stuff to do with the way comics were then. I mean, I'm not sure when the switch came, but I mean, for a lot of the 80s, right, wasn't New Teen Titans, that was the bestseller. Yeah. So yeah, having yeah. So, and yeah, of course, like, why would you have Dick as much in, I mean, it makes sense. Why would you have Dick as much in the Batman comics? Because the whole reason you made him Nightwing was to get him out of the Batman comics so you could have him in the Teen Titans comics. So yeah, that makes sense. Why he wasn't in it as much. And, he's still trying to figure his stuff out with Bruce. And of course, on a character level, Jason doesn't seem to want his help as much. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Tim totally wanted Dick's help. Jason didn't want Dick's help as much. So yeah. I just don't think, it's not like everybody hated Jason or whatever before. Before he died. I don't know if it's once they started plotting his death, it just seemed like they started making him more surly and more of a brat the closer they got to Death in the Family. Well, I think some of the writers who were writing Batman in this period really didn't like the idea of Robin. And so I think they didn't want to use Robin, and they didn't really like Robin. I believe I heard. So. I believe someone said that might have been on a podcast or something. I heard, but I think I heard somewhere that like Starlin didn't like the idea of any Robin. He thought Batman would be better working alone. Yeah, and maybe Starlin. I mean, although I think overall this is a very good issue, and it's a really good Nightwing and Robin issue. But yeah, I think. Kind of after in the 70s, when they finally sent Dick to college, and then he was doing kind of the backup things. I mean, from then on, then you get a lot of writers, I would say, who a lot of the comics they were reading and some of the stuff they'd grown up on, I guess, was Batman on his own. So I think then some of those writers, if they had read a lot of comics in the 70s, they were more used to Batman detectiving on his own, and so they maybe weren't as jazzed about the idea of. And the closer they got to Batman 89, I think it was more along the lines of, hey, Batman's a loner. Yeah. All right. So, anything else on these? All right. That's everything. Speaking of Robins, we're about to get into a good run of some of my favorites. Next episode, Batman Year 3.
Oh, yeah.
436
Awesome.
through 439, followed immediately, of course, by Lonely Place of Dying. Yes.
2 classics.
Yep. Followed by Dick's appearance towards the end of Nightfall. Well, in Night's End from Detective 677. And then after that, of course, we get 4 episodes. We'll be covering Prodigal.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I said some really good stuff coming up. But again, check the Facebook and check our Facebook page. I got the whole list up there. So, I did. I know we were talking the other day about emailing Devin Grayson to see if she wanted to join us for this issue. Well, of course, the way things are now, she's like, she couldn't make it, but she said, I did tell her we were going to be doing Gotham Knights later in the year. She said, oh, hey, please reach out to me. If she's available, she might join us for the Gotham Knights issue. So, oh, yes.
That's awesome.
So, yes. So send your thoughts on all the upcoming stuff we got coming up. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Remember, you can find the Facebook page, the Twitter, all of it, all in one place. That's Linktree. That's linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support the sponsors: Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the book, now digital and paperback. And hey, if you're buying books, go pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder from the 75th anniversary. And when you're buying all that and your toilet paper and your hand sanitizer off Amazon, use the link in the show notes. Yeah, right down there to help. Doesn't affect you at all, but it sends some money to the Southgate Media Group to bring you such fine quality products as the Nightwing News and all of our other shows. All right. Anything you want to say? Because you never want to promote anything. She's like,
I'm good. You got it all.
She's like, I love that woman who put that Dick Grayson book together. She's a boss. All right. Again, next time, come back for Batman Year 3, which I believe was written by Marv Wolfman, right? I'm pretty sure. I think so. And
I think so. I know he wrote A Lonely Place of Dying too. Yeah. I think
so. Nice little tie in there.
Yeah, he was on fire in the 80s.
Oh yeah, well, Lonely Place of Dying has 2 issues of Titans. Yeah, I know he was writing Titans at that time. So yeah, please send your thoughts on those issues. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Marv, if you're out there, send me your thoughts. Hey, who showed up for the Arrowverse crossover? He had a cameo on that. All right. Join us next time. Same wing time. Same wing.
Same wing channel.
Keep flying, Graysons.